What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to show you this little time-saving technique that I've come up with on the SP devices. Now, slight disclaimer before I start, I've not got my head around the undo feature yet on the Mark II, so that could render this useless for the Mark II users out there, but for the SX and the A users this will definitely be a good tip. I think for the older generations as well this should work as well, but it's all about the pattern sequencer and making backups basically, so that it's a lot easier to try something again without having to use the really slow delete method that it gives you on this device and on the other devices in the SP range as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and build a very quick drum loop. I've got some sounds from my Lo-Fi Drums Volume 3 lined up here. I've played around with the pitch a little bit, particularly on the snare and the hi-hat. And I'm going to go into the pattern select mode and I'm going to go to B and do record on B1. I'm going to do a 4-bar length. I've got it at 87 BPM, that's fine for now. And I'm just going to do 100% strength quantize for this particular example because it doesn't matter. It's just to show you this technique. So let's go ahead and do record. Okay, so that's down there. Quite an interesting little drum pattern actually that I came up with there because I accidentally missed the snare. So the temptation now, I think, is to say, right, I've got my drums down, I'm going to start layering my samples over the top. Now this is where the tip comes in. Instead of doing it directly over the top of one, make a copy. So copy 1 to 2, pad 2, I mean, see how quick that was on the Mark II, it's amazing. So we've got the same thing now on pad 2 as well. And let's go ahead and layer these chops. And I'm purposely going to get this wrong just as an example to show, say you got it wrong. So I'm going to go record 2, record. Okay, I'm going to come out of that. So let's just say that was a hypothetical example. I got that completely wrong. I messed it up. Now I would have to go into record, press this, press record, and I'd have to wait for the timer. Then I'd have to go into delete mode and hold the pads that I wanted to delete. It takes a lot of time to do that basically. So now that we've got the first one backed up, what we can just do is go ahead, delete that, copy the pattern again, and let's just give it another go at recording it. Okay, so there we go, that is it essentially, and this can work the other way around as well. Say that you started with your samples, so let's go ahead and try that, and I'm going to set that to 4 bars again. Again, I'm just going to use 100% quantize. Okay, perfect. So we've got the samples down there now on their own and completely isolated. And again, like I say, the temptation there may be now to go, right, I'm going to start layering the drums over the top, make a copy again. And I think this is particularly useful when you start with samples because a lot of the time you won't want to use quantization with your drums to get that more humanized feel. And quite often you will get a hit in the wrong place or something like that because it's not being corrected at all. And if that's happened multiple times over the loop, you have to go into delete mode. It gets really complicated. So let me go ahead and try this. I'm going to record over the top with 0 quantization. Okay, so imagine that happened when I was recording it. I don't know why that would have happened, but it definitely did in that occasion. I don't want to have to go through and delete all the individual little drum parts that are wrong, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it and make a copy again and try again, basically. So that is it, essentially, guys. That's all I wanted to show you. If you haven't thought of this before, it's a great time saver. Like I have mentioned, slight caveat, I haven't explored undo on the Mark II enough yet. I will do a separate video about that soon, actually, and see what it's all about. So that might be able to do most of the work for you that's happening here. I mean, here I've got an ideal situation now because I've got the drums on their own and I've got the sample chops on their own. So I can go ahead and make all kinds of different variations from those starting points. And if they go wrong, just delete it and make another copy and try it again. So I hope this helps you out. I hope this saves you some time. And I hope this makes your pattern making workflow a little bit easier. If you've got any tips that are similar to this of your own, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. But apart from that, guys, keep making beats, and I will be back with more content very soon. Peace!